My story starts 5 years ago in the summer of 2019. The time I was healing from a motorcycle wreck from just 6 months prior when the ever-looming threat of gentrification put my housing at risk. My townhome rental had recently been sold, and with the state minimum 2-week notice to vacate, I decided to roll the dice with the streets. With a little bit of money in my pocket, a new promotion at work, and a replacement bike, I thought maybe a little bit of resources might turn survival mode struggle into more of a free-fall adventure. A couple weeks into street life, I met someone who was in similar circumstances, with a lot less resources to get by, younger, prettier, intelligent, undeserving of a hard road. We met June 20th and hit it off instantly. We were near inseparable for weeks. 4th of July came around and I felt the fireworks was gonna be special for us. And while I had to work, I set up a little scavenger hunt uptown just to keep her busy and show care from a distance. Day turned to night and we missed the fireworks due to traffic, but I found parking for my bike on Trade Street. I still wanted a good night, so we met up, went dancing at Prohibition, got food and at the halal cart, and she introduced me to TikTok. It was nice. 4th of July traffic brought more people than usual uptown, and I was cautious on my way back to the bike. When I perceived someone walking behind us, I told my partner we should cross the street. The lone shadow called out once closer, and a gruff voice called out, "You don't have anything to worry about. I'm not gonna do nothing." And a younger voice nearby laughed and said, "You should probably be careful out here." He asked for a cigarette. We obliged. We just found a pack on the street. We gave it to him, and he asked for our social media. We just wanted him to leave us alone. When we walked away, he followed at a distance. We were almost to my bike, but I didn't hear the footsteps running up behind us till I heard my partner scream. Turning around, I see the man who'd been following us had her in a headlock with a gun pointed at me. I instinctively made a move towards him. Not the right move. The gun went off, and unsure if it was a warning shot or a real attempt to end my life, I freeze. An eternity of tension was finally broken by a car slowly pulling up. And with the three of us still in the street, I motion and plead for help. The car backs up, drives away. They didn't want to get involved, I guess. The man started to drag my captive partner into an adjacent construction site, and I followed at a distance, cautiously. The gravel crunching beneath my feet, with her screaming and pleading for me to go, or we're both dead. He stopped at a concrete wall and said, "If you don't have money, I'm gonna take something else from you," with a sick smile. My partner's teary-eyed, makeup-smeared face looked at me in terror and for the first time told me she loved me. My stomach sank. I believed it was gonna be the last time I ever heard that, and I couldn't even choke the words out back. He proceeded to rape her against the wall, and I screamed for help. No answers. Maybe I didn't scream loud enough. I was furious, and I can't even channel that rage anymore. I grabbed a piece of metal, banged it on the ground. A voice from a nearby apartment told us to be quiet. I felt like there was nothing I could do, but when she went for the gun, I grabbed a piece of rebar, hit him over the forehead, and he fell back. I grabbed her hand. We ran out as fast as we could to the nearby police lights. They were already circling the block. Justice was eventually served. He was arrested that night. We faded into a facade of normalcy, built structure. It didn't feel like it was enough. Nothing ever felt like it was enough. We got engaged. Our relationship was never gonna last. It ended. I could tell you about all kinds of sad stuff that happened as a result of this. The pain that I put myself through, the pain that I inflicted on other people unwillingly, willingly. It doesn't matter, because this story doesn't have an ending. I don't have an ending yet, and it could be a good ending, a bad ending. I know everyone in this room is rooting for the best, but At the end of the day, I have to leave Charlotte, and I'll find that ending somewhere, and maybe I'll come back, but I can only try to use this as motivation and strength, because one trauma turns into another, and that becomes easier because of the first one. And all the next ones, it just becomes more and more and more until you're not afraid to show your scars, you're not afraid to show your bruises, you're not afraid to be vulnerable, because at the end of the day, you've been through something that you're still trying to deal with. My name is Lynette Matusik, and this is my brave.